Hi everyone, my name's Amanda. I'm the lead stylist here at CGSI. Today I'm going to be going through different pant lengths and shoes that pair with pants together. We're going to go through the do's and don'ts. So I have 9 pairs of shoes behind me here, 3 pants. I have an ankle length straight denim, a wide leg trouser, full length, and then a full length wide leg jean. So there are some shoes that pair well with certain pants and that don't go well with others. So I'm going to be doing this kind of like a cool not cool style. So let's jump into the first pair of pants. I'm going to be doing the straight leg ankle length denim first. Okay, so with an ankle length straight leg denim, you can't really mess these up when you're doing a shoe pairing. So I have on just a simple ballet flat. The pants are very sleek, so you want to make sure that you're doing something that's not too chunky at the bottom. These are just a classic mesh flat, so your mesh flats really go with anything, and I think that they're almost the perfect pairing with an ankle length pant like this. So another great shoe that you can do with these are the loafers. So your loafers, again, you do want something where you can see a little bit of your ankle just so that they're not so chunky on the bottom. A loafer can feel definitely chunkier than a ballet flat. So showing a little bit of your ankle kind of breaks up the shoe and the pant a little bit. So you'll feel like this actually makes sense when you're doing a loafer plus an ankle length pant. Okay, I also have a pair of Boston Birks here. So these also go really well with an ankle length pant like this. I would probably do a sock. So I have just an ankle length sock here that I would pair with this. And the socks would go just slightly under my pants. So peeking out obviously from these. And again, they're not super chunky, but they're a great way to kind of dress down your ankle length pants. So the next pair of shoes that I have are a pair of sneakers. So these are my Adidas SL72. You can do any sneaker with these. Again, I would stay away from anything super chunky. You do want something that's quite sleek to go with the shape of these pants. So these guys I would do with an ankle length sock, just because if you do a higher sock, it's gonna feel kind of strange with the sock underneath your pants and then the sneaker sitting right underneath. So an ankle length sock is gonna be your best bet with a sneaker and an ankle length pant. Next I have a kitten heel bootie. So these guys, because the shaft is so slim, they can go underneath your boot. And obviously you don't have to worry about bulkiness under. So when you're looking for a kitten heel boot to go under an ankle length denim, you want to pay attention to the shaft of the boot and make sure that it's a little bit slimmer to be able to go underneath your pants. So those are good. They will be really nice and sleek at the front with a slimmer leg jean. Okay, so the last pair of shoes that go obviously really well with a pair of straight leg denim like this are a heel. They're gonna feel very chic, very timeless with a pair of pants like this. You can't really go wrong. Any heel height works. It can be a kitten heel, it can be a higher heel, but they're gonna really elongate your legs and kind of feel like the most put together look, I would say, out of all of these shoes. So I have 3 pairs of boots here that will not work with your ankle length denim, but there are some things I want to chat about with each one. So the Uggs, these are the ultra mini, so they're going to look a little strange where they kind of cut you off here if you're wearing them with an ankle length denim. They look great with other pants, but I would stay away from them with these guys specifically. So the lug sole shaft boot are definitely way too chunky for a slimmer jean like this. They also don't fit nicely over these jeans specifically. So if you do have something that's even slimmer than this, you can try to put them over. But for something that is even this wide at the bottom, there's way too much material to tuck in to these boots. So I would stay away from them completely because they just do not look right. The next ones are the kitten heel shaft boot. So depending on the jean that you're wearing, again, you might be able to get away with them if you do have slimmer calves and a very slim jean. For me specifically, they don't go over my calf with my jean, so there's just way too much material there. So for me, they don't work. Again, this is kind of depending on the jean that you have on and your calf. So next I have on my wide leg full length denim. So because these are so bulky and big at the bottom, you want to make sure that you're pairing them with shoes that are a little bit sleeker. Anything chunky will not look good. You do want a little bit of balance. So when you do have a wider leg jean like this, something sleeker will always look best. So the first ones are the shoes that I have on right now. So these are just a little mule heel. They're very sleek at the front, so they're just kind of peeking out. With any of these shoes, you can cuff your denim if they feel like they're too heavy. So with anything that's flat to the floor, you might want to cuff your denim if they're too long for you. So for example, these without a heel are super long. So I'm going to show you when I try these guys on. One side will be cuffed, one side will be full length, and it's just personal preference. Whatever you feel looks best or you feel most comfortable in, you could either cuff or leave your pants just as is. So again, anything sleek like this will look really good. A heeled sandal, a heel in general will look great with denim like this. Okay, so the second pair of shoes that I have are a pair of mini Uggs. Remember that with the ankle length, they didn't look good because they kind of had that break and would show your skin. But underneath a wider leg denim like this, they're good for casual wear in the fall. So again, you can either cuff them or leave them full length, whatever you prefer. A ankle length bootie also look good. They're kind of just gonna look like a heel, but of course they're gonna keep you warmer. They're super sleek, which, like I said, is what you want to pay attention to in a boot. Anything with a round toe or a square toe won't look as good as something very elongated and sleek like these guys or like the heels that I have on. The same kind of rule goes for the shaft kitten heel boots at the end. So because my jeans are wider, they're gonna fit right under them. So you won't even really know that they're a shaft boot. It's just the front peeking out that you want. As long as they can fit under your jeans and you won't be able to see them, they're good to wear with a wide leg denim. And then for other flat shoes, the Boston Birks will look good with these again for a more casual look. And in the video, you can wear them cuffed or regular length. Again, this really just depends on the length of your jeans. So these ones are really long for me, like I said, so sometimes I do roll them up just to have them not obviously dragging on the floor. And any sneaker will work with these as long as they're more of a slimline sneaker. Anything super chunky will add to the bulkiness of the pants and completely ruin the look. So just make sure you're doing something sleeker with a wide leg denim. So for shoes that will not work with a wide leg denim like this, I would stay away from any sort of lug sole boot like this. Obviously they're super chunky, and I mean, although they would fit under your jeans, there's just gonna be way too much volume at the bottom with the width of the pants and then the chunkiness of these boots. So stay away from these guys. Same thing with loafers. These are still a little bit too chunky for a pant like this, and they're obviously a round toe, so I would stay away from both of those guys.
Okay guys, so the mic actually cut out, so I'm going to have to do a voiceover for this part here. I'm wearing the gray trousers here. These are obviously a wide leg. So I'm going to first go through the good shoes and then we'll get into the bad. So similar to the wide leg jeans, you're going to want shoes that are sleeker in the front and not too chunky because of the wide leg in the trouser. You're going to want to kind of balance that out with a sleeker shoe. So I have 5 pairs of shoes here that pair really well with a trouser like this. The first one that I'm wearing here are the booties. So these are just a kitten heel bootie. Again, they're very sleek at the front, and the trousers sit perfectly right on top of these. So these are a great option. Next, I have a sneaker, and of course, these are sleeker. just like the ones that we paired with the jeans. So a great option here. As you can see, the trousers are a little bit long here. So if you can, I would maybe hem them slightly. If you have something that's a little bit shorter, that would work perfectly. And then the next shoe that I have is a heel. Again, here you can do any sort of heel. It can be a kitten heel or a full high heel. I would just go with whatever you feel most comfortable in. Next, I have a ballet flat. This can be mesh or just a simple ballet flat. The trousers are a little bit long here, so I would have these hemmed, but once they're hemmed to the perfect spot, which is just sitting on top of your foot, then the ballet flats will look great with the trousers. Next, I have the shaft boot. So because the trousers are wide, obviously the boots can go underneath. And of course, just making sure that the toe of the boot is sleek. That's what looks best here. So for shoes that don't work, I have 4 here that are just going to be too bulky and not look right with these trousers. So starting with the Birks and the Uggs, they're both just way too casual for a trouser like this. And of course, the shape is not good underneath something like this. Like I keep saying, you want something more sleek. So I would stay away with anything that has a round toe. And of course, in general, they're just way too casual. So I wouldn't pair my Birks or any Uggs with a trouser like this. Next are the loafers. They're a little bit too chunky for a trouser like this. If you want to wear a loafer with a trouser, I would say to do something that's an ankle length so you can see a little bit of skin, you can see your ankle and then a little bit of your foot. That will look best for styling. If you're doing a loafer with a trouser like this, it's just way too bottom heavy, so I would stay away from that in general. Next are the shaft boots. These are just way too chunky to obviously tuck your pants into, and then underneath they're going to be way too bulky. They look horrible with a wide leg trouser, so just stay away from them. Actually, throughout this whole video, what I learned about these boots is that they don't really go with any of the pants that I have here. So if you don't have a boot like this, I don't think you necessarily need one in your wardrobe unless you're very gravitated towards them and like the look of them. But for day-to-day wear, I don't think that they're a staple you actually need. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back next Wednesday. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below and we will be sure to get back to you. Bye.